Hey, what up, guys? This D back again, man. Been writing something I wrote probably about, probably months ago. I do a lot of writing, man. That's one of my gifts from God is writing. Um, just to tell you guys a little bit about me, man. Born and raised in D-Town, Dallas, Texas. I'm 22 years of age. Young man of God, gifted by God. Great wisdom from God. And not being wise in my own eyes, but just knowing that God has given me that gift of wisdom. And some things I want to do, man, is affect my generation in a positive way. Reach out, be an activist, man. You know what I mean, and not in the sense of a violent way, but more of a non-violent way, sort of like Dr. King, but definitely standing up for whatever it is that I believe in and my passion and whatnot. I write. I like to speak. I kind of want to go into the realms of motivational speaking. Maybe even pastoring one day. Whatever God, whatever you have for me, I'm definitely willing and wanting to do it. Definitely want to be a leader amongst my people, amongst my generation. I think every generation needs leaders, and I think my generation, we need leaders too. You know what I mean? And maybe now more than ever, not leaders that just lead by their athletic ability or their talent, but leaders that lead by example in their character. My Pastor Rush, mentioned your character, your conduct, and your conversation, and that's something that those three components are something that every leader should have. You want to have your character intact, because if you're just teaching or speaking on something but you're doing the opposite, then you're definitely the definition of a hypocrite. So you want to be living what you're speaking on, and that's your character. And your conduct is you want to be a good person. If you're speaking on being good, you're speaking on something, you want to be that type of person. And your conversation, guys, is just you want to speak the right things. You don't want to be too vulgar. You don't want to every other word is a curse word. You want to be respectful. You want your conduct, your character, and your conversation to be right. So just a little bit about me. Like I say, 22 years old, man. Definitely passionate, blessed by God, and I thank God every day for picking me. We always think that we pick God, but God picked. He picked us, and that's something that no one can take away from you. So I was writing, and I seen something I wrote probably weeks back, and I want to kind of go over it. This is about leaders, and I gave about 5 short principles that a leader must have, and I'm gonna share them with you guys. I said, and first, I really got this from Joshua. I think Joshua, like Moses, was the ultimate leader. Joshua was more of the warrior type leader, fierce warrior, great in battle. And Moses was more of the spiritual leader for the people. Both great men of God. Everybody likes to quote Joshua when he said, "As for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord." And that's one of the greatest quotes of all time. But I wrote about 5 qualities a leader must have. And I said, number 1, a leader must study God's word. If you want to be a great leader, you want to be led by God. God should be your leader. You know what I mean? And you lead by God. God will never instruct us to any wrong area. His instructions are for our well-being. A lot of times we like to look at it as punishment, guys. But if God tells you to do something, it's usually for your well-being. We might not be able to see it, but it's the provision that God provides for us. So number 1, a leader must study God's word. Number 2, leaders must obey God's word. It really makes no difference or no sense if you're just going to study, but you never obey God's word. Obedience leads to greatness. You cannot, from a godly standpoint, you can't achieve greatness if you're not obedient. If God say move, the world might say, this is not a good time to move. But if God say move, then move. And not only move when he say move, because when he say move, he more than likely, he has a plan that's in place for you. You know what I mean? So you definitely want to move when God say move, and a part of that is leaders must obey God's word. Obey God, man. No matter if it's tough, no matter what it seems like, you want to obey God's words. Number 3, leaders must stand out, man. This really to my generation. Like I said, I'm 22, man, and you know most of our generation, we are followers, you know, in a sense, and that's not always bad to be a follower, but that's bad when whatever it is that you're following is not setting a good example. If you're following a lot of junk, a lot of trash, then ultimately you're gonna I don't want to say you're gonna be trash, but you're gonna start acting like whatever it is you're following. You're gonna start being like that, whatever it is that you're following. So you have to be mindful of what you're listening to, who you're listening to, who's counseling you, who is your leader. You must stand out, man. Be different. I dare every young person, man, be different. You know, we all from the hood. You know what I mean? I'm from the hood. I'm from Highland Hills, so we all from the hood. But that don't mean that you can't stand out. To stand out means not to go with the norm. If the norm is selling dope, if the norm is hustling, if the norm doing this, then we see where that's gonna get you. That's gonna get you dead or in jail. So stand out, man. Be different. Chase your own path to greatness. Chase your own gifts. You know, let God use you and be unique. Stand out. You know, stop conforming to everybody else. Stop doing what everybody else do. Be unique, man. Stand out. Leaders stand out. That's probably one of the best qualities leaders have. And number 4, your character. Your character. I cannot stress the importance of having character, man. You know, that's something that you wake up with and you go to sleep with. You know, your money come and your money go when you die, man. But your respect and your character, that lasts with you, man. It goes to the grave with you, knowing that, hey, he was a man of great integrity. He had character, man. Your character is just how you handle business, man. If you shake a man's hand and tell a man something, then keep your word. You know, that's part of character. You know, if you say you're going to do something, then do it. And we all have those times where we say we're going to do something and we end up not doing it. But character, part of character is honesty, your integrity, and just who you are. You know, if you operate in character, you'll get respect. I guarantee it. People might not like you, but they will respect you. And number 5, leaders aren't scared of defeat. Man, that's a big one right there. Leaders, I said it again, leaders are not scared of defeat. Man, defeat can come in many ways, man. And sometimes in life, man, you'll have a couple of defeats. You know, some battles you won't win. And you have to say, God, I'm giving it to you. You know, like this is getting the best of me. This is getting the best of me. You know, and I might even feel defeated. But just know that leaders are not scared of defeat. Knowing every time I take a chance on something, I might lose. But the other side of that is I might win. Somebody said you miss 100% of the shots that you never take. Therefore, that's it, man. Take the shots. Be great. Don't be scared of anything. You know, and it's another little passage that I wrote, but I'm gonna just end with that, man. Video about 8 minutes long, man. Be blessed. Like it, comment it, and you know, have a good day, guys. Be great, man. Motivation. Holla.